back with the van car. That's what I'm going to call it now. It's decided. The van car, the Ford Thames. We are doing a little bit of gearbox work. We're going to have to drop the gearbox. Get underneath because we fixed one of the leaks from the prop shaft joint, but now there's another one from the speedo line cap. It's something to do with the speedo cap. So it's leaking from there. It's been taken off before and it's quite a loose part, so it's just leaking out of there quite a lot. So we're gonna have to drop the gearbox to get to that cap and then try and or repair it. Yeah, so that is what is on the agenda today. Before I start the video, my uncle took the starter out so we can get to well, obviously get to the gearbox. Just connected to the gearbox, and this gearbox mount, because it's not a very good bolt, as you can see over there. So we're going to replace that, and yeah, that's obviously out to get access to the gearbox. So now we're getting to the gearbox. Get into the video. There you go.
Right. So far we've replaced the prop shaft joint which was leaking, which we showed in the previous video. We've also, I put that there as a tester to find out where it was leaking, but that's going to come back off. Everything's loose by here at the moment, and that damaged bolt was going in there. We've also taken the plug out and drained what was left of the oil out of it. But the main problem with the leak, where it was coming from, is in that little cap there. As you can see, it's still leaking now.
I'll try and get it, but yeah, I think.
So that's quietly emptying the gearbox, and obviously once the gearbox runs out of oil, it's done. It's cooked. So far we've loosened everything off, majority of it. Also what we've done on the back there is, for reference points, is put the prop shaft and just put some paint lines there, so when we put it back on, we know it's going back on the same way.
Yep.
And that's where we're at the moment. So if we carry on with the video now, we'll show people us taking this gearbox out. Yep. And then we'll replace that bit and give it a tidy up.
Okay.
This has got a small flange English axle on it, which is the bolt type, but I think in the future we'll probably replace it for the 106 large flange there, so we can run the other diff we got here in it. There's that. Just want to take out this end now.
There you go, it's going. He's gone. Oh, we have a leakage. There you go.
Just lifting the box anyway.
Yeah, do that, that's a good idea. Prop shaft is out. Prop shaft is out of there. Leaking a bit, but that's to be expected, I guess. I'm going to take prop shaft out. If you remember last video, I showed you the spot welded prop shaft joint. This is the new one, which I mean obviously isn't welded. You can see right there, that's where it was welded before. Go there. But obviously on this one, this is a brand new joint. That's sort of solved the gearbox leak issue, but there's another one, obviously, like I said, with the speedo cap, is what we're doing today. Next, this cross member's coming out. The starter motor's already come out, there. So, next to come out is this cross member. I'm using this nice little scissor jack to support the gearbox. So here, there's the next job of action. The clutch cable already come out. And that's the bolt which I showed you earlier, which got replaced because the other one was knackered. So yeah, we're taking this cross member out literally right now. Next time you see it, the cross member will be out.
The invisible man.
It's like the invisible man, yeah. The bolts run inside as well, so we got to go inside and knock them out and get them out.
Invisible man also.
Yeah, yeah, as the invisible man said. As you can still see the bolts in there. So yeah, we'll have to go and do that next. From under the car, like I said, here is your gearbox mount. Obviously the middle screw, I believe, was the one that got replaced before. As you can see, much better than the other one which I showed you earlier. This is your, oh yeah, cross member, gearbox mounting. You see that has been changed into a bolt instead of an Allen key because it's much easier to get at in that specific area. I believe the rest are going to be changed to Allen keys, or quite a few of them. We have to do 2 on this side, and I think there's 2 bolts. There you go, there's the 2. There's 2 bolts on the other side as well, and the 2 on top are already been undone, and then hopefully the gearbox should come out. There you go, you got the invisible man on the job, or the hand man. Undoing those bolts like I just showed you. Yep, already loose. Yeah, I can see why it's much easier with a spanner instead of having to get a socket, like an Allen key socket and a ratchet in there. So yeah,
just access on that one really. If you look, when you got that in there,
yeah,
there's no access. So rather than taking the sender out, and I haven't got a smaller Allen key, so
put their swapped it for a bolt, and there you go, the Allen key coming out. That part is more accessible. That's why I'm going to change it. Or if it'll be changing the one, we'll show. There you go. Those 2 bolts are now out.
This invisible man does a great job.
He does do a great job. Now the next step is gearbox. You see, we are laying out these bolts in order because this van is quite new to us and we're not really familiar with it, so we're laying everything out in order, so when it goes back together, it goes back together right instead of completely wrong. So yeah, that's what the prop shafts were there, and you've got some bolts were there. Gearbox is out. Invisible man's covered in like gearbox oil.
Smelling lovely.
Where's a breather? But
there's a breather on the top of the gearbox there, so we're going to check that that's not blocked as well.
It might be.
Give that a double check.
The gearbox is out. Giving it a quick wipe over. Not going to go crazy clean there, but because it's going to come out again, we'll be doing more work, but just make it look a little bit better and be a little bit cleaner for the time being. Here is our new Speedo cap tapped in. Compare that, which looks very nice, you know, no rough edges, no little gaps between their gearbox. Compare that with that, and you can see the difference in how bad this one is. It looks like someone's hit it with a screwdriver before. So yeah, new one's much better. The previous owner looks like it's had the they've had the clutch rebuilt because that's new. The flywheel looks new, clutch plate looks new, and it has an engine rebuild as well, I think, which I've been told, but we're not 100% sure. That's the new core plug up there. If I zoom in. There. So
it's got new core plugs on the sides of the engine as well.
Oh yeah, there. Yeah, there you go. There's another one. There is the fuel line, which was replaced. Like I said in the last video, you can actually see it as well underneath the car now. So yeah, that goes all the way through back to the tank. And as you can see, it is brand new. The gearbox peed itself. Exactly. It absolutely peed itself. Alright, we have got the gearbox in. We didn't film it because it's a bit awkward trying to film and, well, lift the gearbox in to position and get it all lined up. Got the cross member back in as well. So yeah, unfortunately we couldn't film that, like I said, but yeah, it was a bit awkward. I've got all the bolts back in to the housing of the gearbox, and we got a clutch cable back in as well. Did have a bit of an issue with one of the bolts, but it's in now. One of them two were a little bit of a pain, but there was the one on top which I showed you quite a while ago. That one was quite bad. What if they got the one over there on there somewhere? Yeah, there you go. It was them ones on the top on the other side, which was a real issue. But we jiggled it a bit, put like a screwdriver in between this like metal plate of the engine, the gearbox, to try and jiggle it back into position, and well, it went in, otherwise it would have been a pain.
Just ensuring that all the bolts are loose when they are hand tight, and you can thread them in by hand before tightening anything up properly.
Yep, as
so you don't cross any threads.
Yeah, exactly as Invisible Man said, this is the proper way of doing it. We're putting the starter back in now, so I'll try to film that on the other side. This bolt on the starter motor, oh shit, where's it gone? There it is. It's a bit hard to get in. You need an extension bar to properly get it in, because you can't really get close enough with the just Allen key by itself. So you put an extension bar in, it works a flipping treat. To put it simply, as you can see, that's going back in by Invisible Man. So as you can see, Invisible Man is giving the terminal clean up with a wire brush, so you have a good connection with the starter motor, so there's no like dirt or rust interfering with the connection, making sure that the starter motor does what it's meant to do and starts the blooming van, basically. Putting the trigger wire back on now, as you can see. And yeah, we put a zip tie round the other wires. Yeah,
as you can see.
He's undoing the zip tie, there you go.
So those wires then
So you know which wires are which, basically.
go
So
back
then,
on the main part of the starter, or the solenoid.
yeah, so you don't get confused and put the wrong one on. Which ones, you know which one's which. Which was a good idea. That happened before the video started. Our starter motor is back in, connected, all the wires there. As you can see, they are all connected up and in the appropriate position. And with cleaning the terminal, that should give a good connection. Well, will give a good connection, put it that way. But yeah, that is all fixed.